Hey Douglas, how you doing? It's Henry here from Fridge. Interesting question, and obviously it sounds like a more an offline business, or it's a real world product of actual clothes and things that you're selling, but via the online store. So there's a couple of things if you're going to ask me, but I know you haven't, but you put it on the community, so I'm going to answer it. Um, if I was going to do it, and if I was just going to look at completely offline ways to market your business, I would actually. So of course, there's loads of online things you can do, but offline, I start with, you actually mentioned it, business cards. Now, you said you've got some business cards coming, but there's could be you could even split test business cards, and it's not something that I ever see many people do. I know lots of people have different business cards for different situations, but you might want to try and just straight split test your business cards. That could be one way. So that's sort of half of one, although I'm calling this 3 points. And the next one I would do is, I know you say you're personally wearing the products at the moment. So what I might do is I'd build on that. You could either sponsor an event and actually go to an event maybe. It depends because you said you're doing some work in the local community. So if you were able to supply some clothes for the event, that would be a big tick. Or if you're able to actually send them to some influencers. Now I know this is going slightly online, and I said these 3 points might be offline, but it's very likely if they like them, they'll talk about them at least to their friends. And even if it's on a friends level, if someone's going to talk to their friend who knows someone else and knows someone else. So if you've got a couple of things that maybe you can give to some very influential people, that really works. So there's sort of two in one. And the last thing I do is I let's just read your question again. Uh, yeah, I would, if you meet people in sort of out and about, I would try and, you said exchange business cards. I would try and follow up with them, and maybe don't send them the full blown product, but if you've got sort of a halfway house or something small that you could um, send to them to follow up and almost then encourage them back to your site to buy your full-blown products, that would be really good. So I'm not necessarily thinking samples here. I'm thinking something that encapsulates the product. For instance, I was the marketing director of a performing arts agency called Sensation Entertainment. Now, in the US, I know you don't have these particular chips or crisps, but we every time I met someone I liked or I wanted to stay in contact with, or were a potential client, I would send them a bag of Sensation crisps because it connected the name, its food, and whatever. So if you've got, and there's actually another company that I can use an example from, just to give you some more ideas, is that I ran a food and drink marketing agency um, called Refined Field Marketing or Refined Events, depending on what day you were going to ask me, and what the project was. And a nice follow up, I could send people in the food industry that I met that I wanted to advertise their products with some oil, playing on the name Refined. So, oils refined and so on and so on. So if you've got something, maybe not even to do with the product, if you've got something that you can send to people just to follow up, I know it's person by person, but person by person builds very quickly if you keep doing it. So they're my three things. They are simply split test business cards, either sponsor an event or give some products and close out to some influencers, even on a very small scale. And last of all, if you can follow up with people after your personal interactions um, and give them something relevant to the products that makes people remember, or maybe a sample, but um, I wouldn't be as keen on that. I'd go for something that makes you memorable personally. Um, give it a go. You should have a good time. They've always worked for me. And have a fantastic day, Douglas, and catch you around the community.